Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Joe of KBMuscle.com, and I want to talk to you about the Turkish Get Up today. Now, I don't think that everyone should be doing Turkish Get Ups with the weight over their head. That's basically what everyone has been shown. The thing is, the Turkish Get Up is just a sequence of movements, body movements that you can put together to create something that you're trying to do, right? And that something is getting from the floor to a standing position. Now, I think that is one of the most important skills that people need. Watch kids as they grow up. You're going to be lying down on the floor. If you are older and you've fallen, or if you're on the floor, you have to be able to get up to a standing position. So, regular Turkish get up. Okay, we're down in this position, right? We're on the floor. Now, how are you going to get up? Are you just going to throw yourself up like that? The most economical way is to roll over and pull yourself up. So that is part of the beginning of the Turkish get up. So from that position, how am I going to get up? I'm seated. How am I going to get up from the seated position? I could do it without my hands, but if you don't have that skill, what you can do is you put your hand down, you're going to lift up your hip and bring this leg under your hip. So now I'm in a standing, kneeling lunge position. How am I going to get from here? I'm just going to straight up. Once again, you don't have to add weight. The most important thing to do is work with your own body weight. Okay, so if I'm here, I can help push myself. If I'm older or deconditioned or injured or something like that, let's say we're at that position again. If I wanted to, I could possibly go to this position and then squat and stand up. That takes a whole lot of ankle and hip flexibility. Okay, so this is what I'm saying is we're at this position. We're on the floor. Now, what could this be for? This could be someone, a mom with a baby, a dad with a baby, anyone with a kid. You're holding, you're trying to get up, and you have to keep that connection. So what we can do is go here. This is literally the sequence of movements for a Turkish get up. You do not have to have the weight over your head. It is not just a shoulder stability exercise. You can keep the weight down at your hip, you can keep the weight on your shoulder, but the most important thing is to be able to do it with your own body weight. Go through the movement. So here, how else am I going to get up? I can help push myself up like this, and then I can transfer to another position, right? If I don't have anything to hold on to, if I can't get up, you could possibly go forward, get your feet under here, and then sit and stand up. There are so many reasons why this sequence of movement is good for you as we age for anything that we're doing. Okay, so once again, I'm sitting down. This is a very important thing. Okay, so here, all I'm doing is pushing over. I'm rolling onto my side. If I had a hard time with that, if you were injured or something, you could roll even more. You can get yourself up here. You can bring a knee forward here, both knees. Now you're in this position. They're all just sequences of movements. That's just a hip hinge, right? From that hip hinge, then we can bring the knee up, or we could be down here. The first position, if you wanted to, you could get your hips up and walk yourself. Let me scoot up. You can walk yourself back. You could be in this position, get yourself up, put one leg up here. You can walk yourself back. Once again, more yoga-like. If you wanted to, you can shoot your hips up here and just walk yourself back up. See, a lot of those things are pretty inefficient. So this is why I like teaching the Turkish get up to anyone without weight, because we're here, we're on the floor, you either have something on you or you don't, you want to get back up, you're pushing over, you're using your hip to roll over, and then you're using your arm. You can use both if you wanted to. Okay, so from that position, we're just trying to get to here. Here is where you could use two hands to plant and bring the knee under here, or if you want to make it tougher, you can, or you don't have the use of both, you could just carefully lift and drag that knee under here in the shortest time available. Okay, so whatever you have, you can use, but that movement is based on people teaching or learning how to do a Turkish get up. But what I'm saying is you don't need extra weight. Learn the sequence of movements without weight, because you'll always need to do this. Whether you've, like I said, whether you've fallen or even if you were sleeping. How are you gonna get up out of bed? You're just gonna roll off? Well, anything, I'm getting up this position, then I'm transferring. So from a bed, you can drop your legs down off and squat, but just using it as an example, you're laying on the floor or you fell. That's the thing, is we wanna train, we wanna use resistance training and calisthenics and body weight stuff to prevent injuries from happening. Or if something happens, how do we get out of that? If you're not with someone else to call for help, how can you get off the floor if possible? But these are movements that you're going to want to be able to train. And you're going to want to be training both sides if possible. So that's the thing. No weight, just using my body weight, getting to that other knee if possible, and then getting up. Once again, Turkish get up should be trained, I feel. The sequence of movements from transfer from floor to standing is very important. Once again, here we have a lunge, or if you want to, you have a squat to get here, and then place yourself on the ground. Okay, so if it's from the lunge going here, we're going to go reach the ground, so you're just laterally connecting, bringing that foot out in front of you, then using the arm and the leg to carefully lower yourself down. So once again, learning fall, if I do that fast, if we train this and it happens and all of a sudden I tripped and fell, I'm not falling flat on my back. Watching people learn parkour and how to fall and martial arts and stuff like that, if you learn how to control your body to decrease the possibilities of getting injured, that's weight training. Still, it's absorption. So once that happened, say I fell and I didn't slam my head on the concrete, how am I going to get back up? Easiest way is basically what is taught in that Turkish get up. Like I said, don't have to have the weight up here. You can do it body weight only. But there are so many reasons to train that sequence of moving from the floor to standing and vice versa. I hope that helps. I hope it's something you'll consider about implementing into your training plan.